Project 25, an obvious repeat of US ugly history. Some folks across the tracks in this 21st century are playing yesterday's game of racism. One of the historical games was to hide valuables in a book, because Caucasians thought black would never pick up a book to read it. Dismantling of public education for minorities. Project 2025. This initiative, led by the Heritage Foundation, proposes significant changes to the U.S. education system, including the elimination of the Department of Education and the diversion of public funds to private school voucher. Critics argue that these changes could lead to the dismantling of public education, particularly affecting Black and Latino communities. President's FY 2025 budget request. The U.S. Department of Education's budget request for FY 2025 includes detailed program information and budget tables. This document outlines the administration's priorities and funding allocations for various educational programs. It is said that the committee is for conservatives to start undoing the damage the left has wrought and build a better country for all Americans in 2025. Those persons hoping to undo damages are said to be in association with the former President Donald Trump, although Trump denying knowing anything about Project 25. What does Project 2025 actually plan for education? Some of the broadest promises are laid out by Kevin Roberts, Heritage Foundation, in the foreword, where the first promise is to restore the family as the centerpiece of American life and protect our children. Roberts calls for deleting a list of terms starting with sexual orientation and gender identity, as well as diversity, equity and inclusion, reproductive rights, and a host of similar terms. It is not clear how he proposes that deleting would occur, but through the 900 pages it becomes clear that the federal government would stop using them. Roberts also calls for the criminalization of pornography and the imprisonment of any person who produce and distribute it. Educators and public librarians who purvey it should be classed as registered sex offenders. No specific definition of pornography is included. There is a broad list of subliminal data that tends to erase black inclusions. The project, headed by prominent Republicans, has strong ideologies that include whites, while excluding blacks, especially in housing and real estate. The time to bring about fair change would be in the forthcoming November presidential election. Black youth who are the future should get registered now. Reverend Dr. Harold E. Bailey, President, Probation Challenge PCC Network.